Good day, YouTube. 20th of April, 2019, and welcome back to my channel. Gonna do something a little bit different today. This is a day before Easter Sunday, and we're actually going to celebrate Easter today. And I need to cook 11-pound ham, and I typically do it in a Dutch oven. Family pretty much requests at every holiday that I cook ham, turkey, or both, and I usually oblige that. I'm not a big fan of turkey or ham. I wouldn't like order it at a restaurant or something typically, but cooked in a Dutch oven, sign me up. So it tastes pretty good. I've been cast iron cooking for a long time. I used to have a substantial collection of around 350 pieces of cast iron. I have sold off the collection for the most part. I'm keeping only what I want to cook with. I have an original Monarch wood-burning cook stove and a kind of a used gas-burning stove. Some of my Dutch ovens up here on the shelves, and a few more up around where the TV is. It's turned down so you can't hear it. And then we have a cast iron at home. There's my big oven on the bottom, and my Griswold camp style Dutch oven on the top. The one on the top, one on the bottom are my most valuable, but the others work very well. Look up a 12-inch Griswold camp style Dutch oven on eBay, and you'll get a feel for what that one is worth, and that one is very close to that value as well. That is a 17-inch deep Dutch oven. That oven weighs over 90 pounds. Empty. It comes with a couple of carry handles because it's a two-person oven. So, rattle. What I got to do is cook ham. I could have grabbed one of the other ovens. That's in pretty good shape, but I have a little bit of time today. I thought I would clean this one up, and I have started to do so, and I thought, why don't I show everybody what we got? So, if you take really good care of your Dutch ovens, you don't get them too hot, you don't leave them with stuff in them for a week or a month or whatever. You clean them up, season them, they'll last you for a very long time. Occasionally, I abuse them. We have an event, it doesn't get cleaned up or gets left somewhere. Come back and get it, and they deteriorate over time, as is the case with this guy. So, I am set out to clean it up. I went to Harbor Freight actually and picked up a couple wire brushes. That one there seems to do the best. You bought it in a little kit for, probably $4 or something with a coupon today, because I got a sale going today. Certainly didn't want to use a wire brush that I have already used for welding or car parts or something. So you can see that I'm getting rid of the scale, the old seasoning, and a little bit of rust and so forth with the wire brush. And then we're going to season it. So what I should do, which I should have done, is get the oven warming up. We're going to go for 360, 375, somewhere in there, because it's going to take about an hour or so to season. And then while we roll here, one-handed will get to you. I did the bottom already. Is this the only way? No, absolutely not. There's a lot of ways to do this. Everybody has their own ways, and there'll be people that just got to start chiming in. That's the wrong way to do this. Yeah. I know it. Do you see the roughness in the cast iron? This is a modern oven. I would never do this to that one or that one. I would strip them chemically. And upstairs here at my shop, I have a 12-gallon tote full of lye and water. And that is how I clean my ovens when I'm ready to clean them. That is going to strip all the seasoning off the outside, the inside, everywhere. It'll leave the rust. I'll go from the lye and water tank into a tank of vinegar and water for a while, half a day, and that'll get rid of the rust, neutralize the lye, all that good stuff. Pull it out, clean it immediately, and oil it up, throw it in the oven, oil it up again, throw it back in the oven, And then I always tell people, cook bacon. That's your first thing you ought to cook, is cook bacon. Cook a pound of bacon, cook it slow, and cook the whole pound. And you'll have a lot of bacon for whatever you want to use it for, you know, salad sandwiches, etc., breakfast. And that's really good for the Dutch oven. I've heard people say cast iron isn't porous. I don't subscribe to that. I believe it is. Go into that maybe later. So let me continue to wire brush this, and I'll bring you back. And then what we're going to do is use a combination of oil here. And I just use whatever oil, canola oil, good, and salt. And this is how we're going to clean the oven after we're done with the wire brush. We'll rinse it out. We'll put some oil in it, some salt in it as an abrasive, and we'll scrub this oven until it's clean. And then we'll chuck it in the oven, this oven, at about 360, 370 for an hour or so. Face down, you'll open side down, and it'll season the oven. If it looks good after one try, or after one seasoning, we'll run with it. Probably going to do it twice, and then we'll cook in it. All right, gang? All right, I'll bring you back after I get this thing cleaned up, because you don't want to watch this. All right, folks. I didn't want to rinse it out and get water in it, but I wiped it out real good. Now we're ready to get some oil and salt going in there to clean it real good, and that'll bury that oil in the pores. I know there'll be people out there that go, oh, there's no pores in cast iron. Yep, there is. In my opinion, this is only my opinion. I left a little bit of the real hard to get off seasoning up here. I figured, hey, if it's not coming off, it's not coming off. But the rest of it is cast iron. You can see now these grind marks and stuff like that. This is how this thing came out of the factory. So running a wire brush in this thing is only going to smooth it out just a little bit. Certainly, we're not going to sand it or get crazy, but it was never a real high quality cast iron Dutch oven, but then none of them today are. So your best bet on a Dutch oven, if you want high quality with really good virgin cast iron, buy an old one. But you can about add a zero to the cost because they're not cheap. Alright, little salt, little oil. I'm going to use paper towels. Probably not the greatest thing in the world. Some people use burlap. That's probably a pretty good stuff. I probably got some if I look around a little bit. Let's get this all wiped in there. On the walls. And there we go. I throw that stuff in the fire. It'll burn. Good on them chilly mornings. Alright. Let's try and get some of this out of there now. Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to rinse it out, then we'll re-oil it. Hang on. I'll be right back. Got to rinse it out. I get some of it out of there. And now we'll dry it out. Yeah. Pretty good. Okay, we're gonna just oil again, wipe it out again, Oil's good cleaner. Paper towels are pretty good at collecting dirt. And these nitrile gloves are pretty good at keeping your hands clean. All right. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm not going to do the lid. The lid's pretty good. Kind of if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. All right. So, let me veil the gloves here. And I'll show you what we're left with inside. Again, this is kind of a dirty, quick and dirty kind of fix it. So there we go. It's all oiled up real good. Let me get you back on the stand. We'll chuck it in the oven. When we built the kitchen in my shop here, I was hunting for an oven that I could really use cast iron on. And this has like a stainless steel top or something. It's pretty rugged. It's pretty cool. All right, the oven's hot. So we're gonna set this in. I just put it right in the bottom. Face down. About 360, 370 degrees, something like that. And I'll check back with you guys in about an hour or so, right? If you're doing this in your oven in your house, you're going to want to run your exhaust fan, kick some doors and windows open, because it's kind of like a car that's on its last legs. She's going to smoke a little. But the results will be great. And then we'll, in a separate video, we'll cook a ham when we're done. Catch you in a little bit. All right, let's see if this oven's done. It's been about just under an hour. Should be good. Is it cake yet? And I guarantee you this cast iron oven is some kind of hot right now. Do not touch it. Yeah, pretty good. And you know, I'm going to cook a ham in this today. In fact, I'm just going to leave the oven on. So, I don't really feel the need to re-season it again. It does need it again. You can see the color isn't as black as it could be. But cooking a very greasy ham, so that's really good. And I'll finish the seasoning with that. So that's quick and dirty. How to kind of give your Dutch oven a once-over. The seasoning was gone, mostly because I abused it, and it's been years since I've seasoned this thing. Again, it's not enough seasoned to go right into cooking with it. If you're going to cook a soup, stew, taters, or whatever, it should really have one more application. Throw it back in the oven at 360, 370 for another hour, and then cook it again. But once again, I'm cooking a ham, and that is going to help the season on it. When I pull the ham out, we'll cook it off again in the oven, and it'll just naturally build seasoning in there, so we'll be pretty good to go. Alright, gang, that's the video, quick and dirty. We've got this Dutch oven ready to use. I'm going to prepare my ham. It'll be a separate video if you want to see how I cook a ham, backed by popular demand, if you will. And we're eating at 4 o'clock, so I want it to cook. I'll need to pull it out by about 3:30, and I want it to cook for about 2 hours. So I need to go in pretty soon, so let's get to it. Thanks, guys, for watching, comment, and subscribing. Hit the thumbs up button if you wouldn't mind. It helps my videos get seen by others. Catch you on the next video. Okay, I changed my mind. I realized that I've got another hour before I need to get the ham going, so let's do this again. Oven's still hot. I've let it sit there maybe 10 minutes. And then did some calculating on what time it is and what time I got to be done with the ham. I go, wait a minute, I got time to give this thing a second season. So let's do that. So it was a little much oil, so we need to wipe it out. I left the oven going. We're going to go back in at 375 for about an hour. Get the oil off my fingers. Alright. Let's put her back in there. One up a little. About 375 this time. Alright, I'll bring you back when we pull her out. She'll be a little blacker this time. Alright, let's drag this oven out of the oven. Remember, these are special kind of hot. Let the heat escape here for a moment. Yeah, it's looking good. Close that up. You want to see? Second seasoning. It's getting darker and darker. Alright. That's a pretty good usable piece of cast iron now. And we're going to get the ham going in there because it's about time for it to start cooking. So we'll go from there. So, gang, thanks for hanging around. Stay on my channel there and flip through some playlists and watch something interesting. I appreciate that. We'll catch you on the next video.